viewers all across the country. We are talking about Casey Anthony, still in jail, charged with the murder of her little daughter, Caylee Anthony. A lot of new developments here. We're bringing in CNN's legal analyst, law enforcement analyst, and expert Mike Brooks. What do we have here? Because a lot of things coming down the pipe.
Well, Nicole, today we're over 1,000 different photographs, crime scene photographs were released, along with over 500 pages of new documents in reference to this case. This is all discovery that the DA and the FBI are now turning out to the public. And there's a number of different things, especially when it comes to evidence that we have not heard about before. We heard that Caylee's remains were found in a wooded area just blocks from her house, and that there was a piece of duct tape around the little girl's head. There was apparently no tissue left on the body, but it was the duct tape was held in place by her hair. Now, on this duct tape was placed a little red heart-shaped sticker, and they believed it was placed there intentionally. Well, we now find that the backing to a very similar sticker was found in the Anthony home just blocks away. They'll be able to do a comparison forensically of the adhesive found on that duct tape to the adhesive on the backing that they found in the house. They say it looks almost identical. Also, the duct tape that was around her mouth was made by the company called Hinkle. They're one of the largest makers of duct tape, and they had markings of Hinkle on that duct tape around her head, as well as on duct tape found on a gas can that her mother, Casey, had taken from the Anthony home during the time period that they thought she went missing. And one of the most disturbing things that we saw today in these documents, there was a diary, a private diary of Casey Anthony, who sits in Orange County Jail. It was dated June 21st. They believe it was 2008, but they're still looking into that. But if that's the case, it's very disturbing, Nicole, because authorities now believe that she was killed. Little Caylee was killed between June 16th and June 27th. Now,
what does it say?
It says, right, it says from the page, this is from the page dated June 21st. It says, I have no regrets, just a bit worried. I just want everything to work out okay. I completely trust my own judgment. I know that I made the right decision. I just hope that the ends justify the means. Then she goes on to say, this is the happiest that I have been in a very long time. I hope that my happiness will continue to grow. I've made new friends, and I really I've surrounded myself with good people. I am finally happy. Let's just hope that doesn't change. Now, very disturbing. All we hear, and we've heard all about Casey Anthony since she's been in jail in the recordings, is all I. There's nothing at all. If this is June 21st, 2008, even if it was June 21st, 2003, there's nothing in there about her daughter, Caylee.
Disturbing, yes. Curious, yes.
Yes.
Implicating?
You know, if it's 2008, she did not report her daughter missing until July 15th. So there was over a month. And as we know in interviews that we've seen her with police, she led them on a wild goose chase. She was charged with obstruction, and now charged with murder. They had taken first degree off the table, which is death penalty. That she could be eligible for the death penalty. But there's a possibility with this new evidence that we're seeing that death penalty could be put back on the table.
So where does the case go from here? She's still, as you said,
she's still there.
Sits in jail. Her family is out.
Right. We had the memorial service for Caylee just last week. We saw that. We saw the family come together.
Eulogies, yeah.
The eulogy. And right now, she could be maybe up to a year. She could sit in jail for up to a year because it's probably not going to come to trial for at least a year because there's depositions on both sides to be taken. There's additional evidence. Discovery, the defense team wants to do their own testing forensically with their forensics experts. So this is going to draw out for at least another year.
How many people are working on this? You are in law enforcement.
Right.
This is one of the most highly watched, most high-profile cases in the country right now. So all eyes are on evidence around Caylee Anthony, Casey Anthony. So how many people do we have working on this, looking at that duct tape, looking at the diaries?
We have had hundreds of law enforcement from local, state, the FBI, working the crime scene up until now. So now it's the investigator side. They are putting together the case along with the district attorney's office in Florida. They are building the case against Casey Anthony. A lot of defense legal experts say, well, they don't have enough. It's all circumstantial. There have been murder cases made totally on circumstantial evidence.
CNN's law enforcement